Hi everyone and welcome back. So I'm covering this last example for understanding the basic concepts of the Svelte JS. After that we are going to cover all about advanced things in Svelte JS. And this basic example, which is like simple bookstore you can add and purchase, that example is a simple quick recap that will talk about component communication, how we are passing the props, how we are handling the DOM events, component events, how we are updating the properties which are reactive, and how the component is updating the values on the UI. So this is my app component. Here this is how we are importing, this is how you are declaring the variables, and this is how you are defining the DOM events. These can be a component events and the DOM events, like add book. So we have some bookstore, you can say, the empty array, and we have a simple form, and that form component we are rendering here. This is a form component, and here we are doing two-way data binding of input values. So here we are doing the bind, and here we are writing a DOM event, set title. It can be also simple bind value, but I wanted to show the example, okay, how you can write a event on input, or how you can do a bind. These are the two options. Either you can choose this one or that one. Here you need to define set title. Here you don't need to define anything. It is automatically binding the pages value to this text field. Same as description, and then we have button. So when you do on click, we are doing add book, and add book is simply doing push on to the books and assigning it back to here, because it's, if you just simply do books.concat and books.push, reactivity will not trigger. We have to reassign. These are the reactive assignments, so we have to assign books.concat and the new books. And you can also take care of the immutability. Here we have initial books, and we are doing concat and assigning it back to the books. So you update the books, and we are doing a for each. I mean, it's not for each, but it's like each execution, each block. Here if books length is greater than 0, then if it is equal to 0, then we will ask user to add a book. Otherwise, so we are doing each, and we are rendering. So it's like, okay, running a map onto an array and rendering the child component. Similarly, we are rendering book component n number of times based on the length of books array. And here we are passing all these props: book title, book pages, book description. And then we are handling the component event which is coming from the book component. So in all the framework, this concept is kind of similar. You are passing the props, you are handling the callback event, and here we are handling the component event. So the book component is, here we are receiving the props through these variables, and then on the click of this button, what we are doing, we are emitting the event, we are dispatching the event to the parent component. So on click, purchase books, and here we are dispatching it. We got the create event dispatcher. So here syntax is more clear. We are dispatching the by is the event name, with the book title is the string or the object we are passing. Now we go to the parent component, and we just need to write on event name, component event name, which you are dispatching. And once this dispatched event arrive to the parent component, I'm going to call purchase book method, which is doing nothing but, okay, I have another array of purchased books, and I will just concat or add these books to there. First what I will do is I will get the selected title, and then I will try to concat the new book to the purchased books by finding it, because I don't know which book I'm looking into. So first of all, these DOM events, we can extract the value using event.details. So detail, this is a predefined thing. Event.detail will give you whatever the object or the string or the boolean you are passing from the child component. Once I have it, I will try to do books.find. Either it will be null or an array. We are spreading it, and then we are concatenating that to an existing array. And then we are just looping on to these purchases. Here again we have another component, and we are passing just books props, that is an array, and this purchase is receiving that props and iterating using each block for each books of book, and we are just printing the title and pages. It's just a simple example, but through this example we can understand a lot of different concepts. Okay, how we are sending the component event, how we are handling the DOM event like form submission event or button click event like on click. This is the DOM event. On by, this is a component event, and this is how we are passing the props, and this is how a component will receive the props by declaring the variables with export. And then how a child component can dispatch, we will use create event dispatcher and we will do a dispatch. I think when it comes to syntax, I think Svelte JS is providing really clean syntax for component communication. You don't need to write a lot of code. Even in the React you need to handle the props callback and all those things. Here it is just very simple. Book title I'm receiving, and now if I want to dispatch an event, simply dispatch and event name and the title. Okay, so this is a quick recap of this example is just a quick recap of whatever we have discussed till now. Let's connect in the next video, and we are going to talk about some more advanced concepts.